Mm, 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 mm. Hey, what's up, everyone? Ryan Ramirez here, aka Bro Rye. And the question is, what did you realize with your realize for 2019? And again, as you notice behind me, this is your first time, listening to me or watching one of my videos. My message for the world goes like this: realize. Come on, put your hands right here, put your finger on your brain. Realize with your realize. Yep, and I'm talking about using the eyes of our hearts. All right, realize with your realize, and what would that look like? So as we take time to reflect as I took time to reflect on 2019, what did I realize with my realize about the whole year? And so I actually broke it down into four different categories. The first one is faith. The second one is family. The third one is health and fitness. And the fourth one was business/career. So I'm going to share a little bit on some of the realizations that I had in the year of 2019. Now, again, this is how I broke it down. So however you want to break it down for yourself is totally cool with me. There is no right or wrong way to do this as long as you are keeping it real and you are coming from your corazón, right? Coming from your heart. So the first one, faith. It goes like this: I will never see God's full plan for me if I don't fully stick with him. Yep, I will never see God's full plan for me if I don't fully stick with him. And it goes to say, like, I can't expect God's full blessings if I only honor him or glorify him part time, right? Meaning, like, if I'm only honoring God and glorifying God just at church, or just whenever things go right, or just when things good happen for me, or whatever that the case might be, like, that's just not how it works. I'll never see God's full plan for me unfold if I don't fully stick with him. Meaning, I can't just be part time. So, and I'm talking about not just part time externally by maybe my actions and the going to church and trying to treat people right and doing the right things. I mean, those are all included, but also on the internal work that I'm doing too. Am I internally honoring God full time in my heart? So again, not just in my actions, but also in my internal world, in my heart and in my spirit. Am I doing everything I can to honor and glorify him? And I'm a believer that you will never see God's full plan for you, right, if you don't fully stick with him, and if you don't fully honor him in your actions, your thoughts, your words, in your prayers, and even in your heart. So with that, that was the piece that I realized with my faith, is that I can't fully see his plan if I don't fully stick with him. Number two, family. All right, this is a huge one for me. And I put down, I have to appreciate and be thankful for every moment and every opportunity I have to connect and spend time. Now, my schedule is super crazy and super busy because, again, I'm fully allowing God to work in my life. So he is taking me to places that I've never thought in my wildest dreams I would be doing. Like, I mean, traveling, speaking, sharing music, all, just doing all different kinds of work. So I don't have the basic, not I'm gonna say basic, but I don't have the normal or typical like work week, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, or even those who work, even on the weekends that have set schedules. So I don't have a set schedule. I don't have set days off. So I'm just kind of really, again, allowing God to unfold his plan in my life. And because of that, my days off are, they're rare, not rare, but it's not your typical types of days off. So I work a lot of weekends because that's when retreats and conferences are happening. I'm traveling a lot. So I don't always get to see like my friends and my family like during the holidays or during events, birthdays, weekends, and things like that. So what I've learned, or what I've realized, is that any opportunity that I have to connect with any of my family or any of my friends, I'm going to appreciate that. And I'm not going to like hold it against people if, they're not available, or I'm not going to call them out. And, if I haven't seen them for a long time, because, we've always gotten to those situations where people are either going to be like, hey, I'm praying that you're well. I'm praying that you're doing really good. I haven't seen you in a while, but I know you're out there doing your thing. And then, there's other people who are like, yo, man, what's up? My number hasn't changed, or you know how to reach me, and then, if they feel a little, a little hurt or a little left out, or sometimes they feel salty, right? And I'm not knocking that, but I'm just saying, like, for me, I've learned like this year, I can't let all of that get to me, number one. But number two, I was like, if I do have an opportunity to hang out with you, spend time, we share a meal, we hang out for the weekend, whatever it might be, no matter how long or how little, I've realized, I realized that I'm going to appreciate that. Because as we know, tomorrow is never guaranteed. And this year has been definitely a roller coaster with loved ones, getting sick, passing away. So I've learned, just to like let myself know, like, hey, do God's work, like live out the plan that he has for you, and every opportunity that you have to be with your friends and your family, appreciate that time. Don't worry about what you didn't get to do or what you want to do. Like, just be present in that moment. All right. Number 3, health and fitness. Health and fitness has always been a huge part of my reflections every year. And so for me, there's 2 pieces here. That number 1, move every day. Yes, move every day. So again, because of my schedule, I've learned I'm not going to have the luxury of going to the same gym in the same class at the same time when I want. So I've realized, right, that if my health is really important to me and I really want to make sure that I take care of my health so I can do the work that I'm called to do, then it's going to be really important that I move every day, and that could look different. So sometimes I'm waking up extra early. Again, for those of you who watched my last video, I started waking up at 3:15 so I can do a 4 o'clock class. And there's days where I have to work out in the afternoon or whatever it might be. So just move every day. And the second realization I had was to remember why you started in the first place. Yes, remember why you started exercising and getting healthy in the first place. And I think for me, that was a huge part, because as my schedule started changing and as I wasn't able to like work out at the same gym with the same people at the same times that I'm so used to, that I got comfortable with, I had to kind of go out of my comfort zone. So working out at different times, even going to different gyms and not having like the same people that I've worked out with for years was a reality check for me. And what I realized is that I had to remember, why did I start in the first place? Like, I wanted to get healthy and be the best husband, father, friend. I wanted to be the best person I could be to the world. And I didn't want my health to be a factor on why I couldn't be, who I'm called to be, why I couldn't be, who God has created me to be, who created me to be great. So I was like, you know what? Exactly. Like, I had to remind myself, throughout this year, like, why did I start getting exercise? Why did I start doing exercise or getting healthy in the first place? So remember why you started, right? And then the last piece, business and career. I wrote down a couple things here on my notes. It says, I can't take everything personal, and I have to learn how not to make decisions solely based off my pure emotions. All right. And basically what I'm saying here is that, like, for me, I have to learn how I can't take everything in business personal. I'm making mistakes sometimes. I'm making choices that, people don't always understand, and, or I'm getting feedback from people that might be hurtful to me or hurtful to my spirit, but really it's just my ego, right? Because I'm always wanting to be the best and do the best. But what I've learned, especially when it comes to business and building a career, like, we have to fail. And I'm going to do a video on failure. It was one of the requests that I had on the Facebook feed. But it's important that we fail, because that's how we grow. And what I've learned is, like, when people give me feedback, for example, I'm gonna use that as one of the examples, like, not to take it personal, right? Because at the end of the day, the feedback is their truth, and it's the reality check that I need so that I can get better. And so with that, the other piece to business and career is, don't let your emotions drive you. Okay, let me take it back. Let your emotions drive you, but don't let them take you over. Yes, I'm gonna say that one more time. Don't let your emotions, I'm messing up. Let your emotions drive you, but don't let them take you over. And I think that's really important, because, again, especially if we're trying to build a business, or if we're doing something that we're really passionate about, but people may not see it the same way we see it, or we might deliver, like, I'll deliver a talk or a speech or a retreat or something like that, and it might not have the same effect that I was hoping it would have. And all of a sudden, like, I would take it so personal, again, knowing that I'm doing the best that I could and giving it all that I can. And not to say that, again, there's always room for improvement, but I want to let my emotions and those feelings, I want to let it drive me, but I don't want to let it take me over. We know time and time again, people have made some of the worst, hurtful, unhealthy, toxic decisions because they are like letting their feelings take over 100%. So again, let those feelings drive you, let it motivate you, like, let that fire burn, but remember not to let those feelings take you over. So that's what I've realized with my realize for 2019. Again, I'm super excited to be back in front of the camera, on the microphone, and just, I'm taking some new outlets and new platforms that I'm going to be, experimenting with and trying. So please feel free. And I encourage you to please, drop a comment. If you have a suggestion, if you have a question, concern, whatever it might be, please drop those comments. You could do it in the comment section, or you can send them directly to me. All of your feedback is super important because, again, I want to just add value, right? Like, you're spending your time with me. And again, thank you for taking the time to check this video out. Remember, join the tribe and click subscribe on the link below, and make sure to hit that bell notification so you can receive notifications every time I drop a new video. So again, realize with your realize is the message I want to take to the world. It's going to take some time. Again, using the eyes of our heart is not easy. Especially when we live in a world where we see with our physical eyes so many negative things around us. It's like hard to see the good. And that's part of, the work that I love to do, is I want to help people realize, like, there is good in all situations, even if the circumstances don't always feel that way. And that's what I hope, or that's what I want to continue to bring to you, so that there's something there, even if just one thing that I said, even in this video, that can like strike a chord or resonate, then take that and go with it. So again, thank you again. We are out. I got a couple more videos before 2020 drops. I'm going to be dropping my 2020 goals pretty soon. That video should come out in the next day or two. But again, remember, it doesn't happen, right? Like, life is not going to start changing. Like, life isn't going to start transforming. Things aren't going to start looking up. Things aren't going to start getting better. Things aren't going to start being in the way that God has created it for you, or the way that you're trying to create it for yourself, right? Depending, again, on how you look at it, until you realize with your realize.